everyone, welcome to the Urban Sewing Society, where we bring fashion and creativity to your neighborhood. My name is Jen and I am the Urban Sewist. And if this is your first time tuning into my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below and click on that bell so that you don't miss an update. Today I am coming to you from my sewing classroom, and I'll just give you a quick spin around. This is the classroom where I am teaching beginning and basic sewing in the Bronzeville neighborhood here in Chicago, and I'm so excited. Whoa, I'm so excited. We are currently, let me fix the camera here. We are currently in our second session of beginning sewing. So this is the second level, and this week we are starting our pants. So excited about it. If you live in the Chicago area and you're interested in taking sewing classes, please click that link below in the description box so that you can get more information. All right, let's get into today's upcycle. As you all know, this summer I am obsessed with upcycling men's shirts. Like, that is just my jam right now. And I am making more tops out of shirts, dresses out of shirts, and I want to share some of those with you. So this is one that I did a few weeks back, and it didn't quite turn out the way I wanted initially, and I had to go back and make some changes. So I want you to see how I made it really work for me. And this top is so quick and easy. You can go to the thrift store and grab a men's shirt from the thrift store, and you can do this so quick and easy. So I hope you'll try it out. If you do, send me a note below, tag me on Instagram, let me know that you tried it, okay? Let's get into this men's shirt upcycle. First, begin by laying the shirt out flat, and then taking your scissors and starting at the shoulder seam, right in the stitch of the shoulder seam, cut the front part of the sleeve halfway down, and then lift it up and cut the back. Don't try to cut the shoulder down from the shoulder seam together, because the front and the back are not created equal. Now you can use an invisible ink pen or a pencil, something that you know that you can get off of the shirt, and you want to draw a line connecting, kind of a scoop, not straight across, more of a kind of just kind of a small curve between where you stopped cutting the sleeve across the front. And then I had to remove the button because the button actually was right in the way of my line that I was drawing across the shirt. This is going to get stitched down anyway, so that's fine. Now you want to figure out how long you want the shirt to be. So remember that when you put the elastic around the waistline, that's going to shorten it. So make sure that you're confident with the length of the shirt. I would say start off longer. You can always cut more off later if you want. Now I am using the leftover fabric for something else once we go along. My next step is to now cut along that curve. So I decided to make my curve just a little bit more deep because I wanted to really have kind of a round effect. So I just cut straight across right there. And that's all you need to do right here. I did leave my buttons on because I liked having the buttons go down the front. And now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine, and we're going to zigzag stitch or overlock stitch, if you have a serger, around the bottom, around the top, and then stitch the placket down. So the first step is to do the zigzag or overlock stitch around the top of the shirt. And then I'm going to stitch down the front placket. Again, if you want to remove those buttons, you absolutely can, but I like to leave mine in there. You want to stitch this placket down because if you don't, once you put the elastic on, it's going to pull and gape, and you do not want that. the next thing I did, I don't have a photo of me doing it, but I tried the shirt on and I measured to see where would be the best place to place the elastic under the bust line. So once I figured out where that was, I marked it on the shirt. Now, fortunately, with this shirt, since it's plaid and it has distinct lines, it was very easy for me to place the elastic on the shirt because I could just follow the line all the way around. So here you see me placing the elastic where I want it to be and just stretching the elastic and pulling the shirt flat so that it all lays nicely together. And this is what it looks like once I've sewn it all the way around. And I did stay on that single line all the way from the front to the back. All right, now you can lay it back out on your table and decide how short you want the sleeves to be. Now, if you want to have a regular sleeve, it's perfectly up to you, but for me, I wanted my sleeve to be more puffy and I wanted it to be shorter. So what I did was I took that extra fabric that I cut off the bottom of the shirt and I cut myself 2 panels about 4.5 inches wide, and they were the full length of the sleeve. I took that panel and I placed it on the top of my sleeve. So I cut the sleeve in half. Right here I'm cutting straight down on the sleeve, on both sleeves. I just cut it right up to the shoulder, and then I took it over to my sewing machine and I attached that extra panel to the sleeve and sewed it down. That gave me just enough puffiness in the sleeve just to make it a little bit bigger. All right, so here you see me just sewing those panels in. They turned out perfect. And I use my clips instead of pins, and I really like using those. Now the next thing that has to happen is the elastic needs to be sewn at the top part of the blouse. So I just turned over the top edge just enough to cover the elastic and put the elastic inside and sew with the elastic on the inside. Now some people like to create the casing first and then thread the elastic through, but I like to do it this way because it's a lot quicker. And if you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button below and click on that bell so that you don't miss an update. All right, so our next step is to even off the sleeve just in case you have a little unevenness there, and then overlock stitch, zigzag stitch, or use your serger around the edge. And then you're going to put elastic around the edge of the sleeve. And so I measure the elastic around my arm to make sure it's not going to be too tight. And then I just create the full circle of the elastic. Again, I turn over the casing and I stitch the elastic inside the casing at the same time that I'm stitching the casing closed. That's just the way I prefer to do it. Now, the next thing you want to do is just kind of spread that elastic gathering out to make sure that it's even, and then put a hem in it. Now, this is the finished product. I tried it on, and if it was a dress, I might like it, but it kind of looked milkmaid-ish. I didn't really like that it was full at the bottom, so I went back to my sewing machine. I grabbed some more elastic and I decided to put 3 more layers of elastic underneath the initial elastic that I sewed in there because I wanted to have more of a fitted top. Now, again, you can stop at the 1 strand of elastic if that is what you like. Maybe you're trying to, cover up a midsection. Maybe that's the style you want. Maybe your blouse is a little longer, but for me, I needed more of a fitted look. So I just followed the lines of the plaid all the way around after measuring my elastic, and I sewed it down 3 more pieces of elastic into the shirt. And so here you can see that I'm stretching the elastic. I'm lining it up with the side seams and the back. I'm using clips and pins because I find that both of those work really well. And then I take it to the sewing machine. I used a zigzag stitch when I sewed the elastic down. This is important because the zigzag stitch actually works really well when you're sewing elastic instead of the straight stitch. So here you just see me finishing sewing it. And if you have a shorter torso, you might consider only two or three layers of elastic. If you have a longer torso, you can put more. And we're wrapping up. Here is my finished look, and I'm telling you guys, I absolutely love the way this turned out. I love that there's like a little flare at the bottom of the blouse. I can wear it down on my shoulders, up on my shoulders. I just really think this is super cute, and I have made this top so many times, and I paired it with my upcycle jeans, my upcycle shorts, and it goes really well with a lot of different things. So I hope you'll try it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please give me a like because that really helps to grow the channel and make more people aware of what upcycles I'm working on. So thanks so much, and see you guys next week.